How to facilitate your recovery journey with 3 very easy steps. Hello, wonderful women. I'm Claudia from Nourished by Claudia, founder of the Recover from HA support group on Facebook and the Period Comeback protocol that has seen so many women getting the period back and getting pregnant and having baby number 1, 2, 3 over the past few years. And I am so excited about this live today because I know that it's going to be absolutely great. And because I've receiving so many positive feedbacks on my previous videos, and I am so happy that my videos have been helping you to move forward, to move past your fears, and also to move past your obstacles, and have helped you to really implement your recovery journey. How can you facilitate your recovery journey with 3 easy steps? How can it be that easy, Claudia? If it was that easy, I would have done it already, right? And that's a very powerful conversations that I had in the HA community this morning. And it was a big group call. Lots of women show up. And it was a long call, but they took so much out of it. And they've really been able to implement a few incredible things that are going to serve them in the short, long terms, not only when it comes to the recovery journey, but also when it comes to changing their lives in so many beautiful ways, or also looking at their life from a different lens. But before I get started, I would like to tell you something about when I was 14 years of age. So one day I was at school, and it was a second year in high school, and I saw this guy walking past the gate and walking towards the building across from my high school. So there were like 2 high school, the same playground, let's call it, but separate buildings. And I saw this guy, and he was wearing this beautiful bright yellow jacket, and he had bright yellow hair, and I fell in love with him at first sight. And we were like, I don't know, 50 meters apart. So it was really hard to see even his features, but I don't know, I felt that deep, instant connection straight away. So what I wanted was to be with that guy. I wanted to become his girlfriend. So my goal was to become his girlfriend. So what I did, I started going down at 11 o'clock in the morning when we had a break, and at 1 p.m. in the afternoon when we had a break. And I would just stand outside this building. I would just drag my friends, just pretending that I wanted to hang out in a different place. And I would stay in front of the building, pretending that I was absolutely careless, chatting, happy with life. And in the meantime, what I wanted was to make eye contact and to start a conversation with him. So I started going there every single day, and I didn't manage to see the guy for the first week and a half. It looks like that he would go inside the building in the morning and he wouldn't come out until, I don't know, nighttime. So anyway, I did it for the first week and a half, and I kept persisting. And then I started asking around, do you know who this new guy is? Do you know who this new guy is? Until I found that mutual connection, and that managed to introduce each other. And so then we started the conversation, and then we ended up going to a concert together. And long story short, we were on and off, girlfriend and boyfriend, for many years. And he was definitely the first love of my life. And also the guy that back then I thought that I was going to spend the rest of my life with. So why am I telling you this story? Because back then my goal was to be with that guy and to grow old with him. But I didn't sit in the belief that he was gonna become my boyfriend. I didn't sit there, stare out of the window, hoping that could happen out of thin air. What I did, I changed my actions. I changed my behaviors. Every single day, I put actions in place to make sure that the outcome was me getting to know the guy, inviting him out, and possibly become his girlfriend. So now you can easily understand where I'm going with this conversation. Sitting exactly where you are right now, thinking, I want to get my period back, I want to have my first child, I want to have my second child, is not really going to make that much difference. I love affirmations, and I use them daily for many different reasons. But affirmations on its own, if they're not followed by an action plan, they're not going to lead you anywhere. Same thing with goals. You can have goals. You can have career goals, health goals, financial goals. But if you don't put things in place, you're not going to be able to reach them. You're not going to be able to achieve them. So today, this is going to be very harsh love coming from Claudia. We're going to discuss 3 tips that if you're really serious and committed when it comes to restoring your hormonal balance and when it comes to reaching your goals, that could be growing your family or not having to worry about irregular cycles any longer, or getting your sex drive back, or having better skin. 3 easy steps that you can implement starting from day 1. And they're going to require a little bit of effort on your part. They're going to require a little bit of work, and they're going to require lots of consistency. But if you manage to apply them, and you can use them for any different areas of your life, they're gonna come to fruition. They're gonna bring you exactly what you want if you trust that that's the outcome that you're gonna get from implementing these 3 easy steps. Okay, so let's start with number 1, is being gaining absolute 100% clarity of why you're doing this and where you're going with this. So we have to put a trajectory in our brain and in our subconscious mind. Because if you have the belief that you need to get your period back because it's healthy, you're not really going to go that far, because the motivation is not really there for you. So why are you doing this? Like, really, be serious. It's simply because you want to prove yourself? It's simply because you want to make sure that you are a woman again? Because in 10 years you want to have a child? Or is there anything else? Is there anything more tangible? So possibly not having a regular cycle, it really bothers you because you're not feeling as feminine as you would like to be. And you also understand that maybe your sex drive has been impacted. Or maybe you're completely done with counting calories and tracking your steps or stepping on the scale. Or maybe, and just maybe, you have been a ball of anxiety for a very long time, and you're tired and drained of living with in this fast-paced society that really doesn't take your femininity and your energy into account. So you basically want a different life. So make sure that you write down the reasons why you're doing this. And possibly you have done this already. And I don't want to sound like a broken record. And I know that if you join the period comeback protocol, that's the first part. That's the first exercise that I ask you to do. But why do I do that? Because if you don't know where you're going, you're not going to get there. How can you get to Rome if you don't even know that you're getting to Rome? For example, if we go back to the example to the experience that I shared with you in the very beginning, why would I have spent 1 week and a half outside the random building if I didn't know that I was going to meet a guy that I really wanted to spend my time with? Yeah, pointless, right? So make sure that you really get clear on your whys. So once again, you put the trajectories in your brain, in your subconscious mind. Because once you wake up your subconscious mind, then you're going to be able to get where you want to go at a much faster pace. Also, on top of it, comment on this video, because when you start commenting on videos like this one, you really switch on your brain, and your brain starts to absorb all the information that I'm sharing with you now, and it's gonna start paying attention, and it's really gonna start paying attention to the fact that you want to get your period back. Which is why it's really a great idea for you to comment on this video, and also to sit for 5 minutes after watching this video and write down the reasons why you want to make this work, why you want to get your period back. Okay. Second, write down 3 goals for the year, top, and for these 3 goals, 3 actions that you need to take daily to make that happen. And I'll give you an example. We all have different goals in life. And just for the sake of this video, I'm just going to focus on 1 goal, which is getting your period back. Fantastic. Let's say that you had a conversation with me, and we have already come up with 3 things that I do believe that are really important for you to get your period back. And if we haven't had this conversation and you really need to get some support in terms of restoring your hormones and getting regular cycles, or if you need any help with overcoming your disorder behaviors, please just make sure that you reach out. You can book a free call with me. It's going to be like a very easy, free 15 minutes just to have a chat. And if I think that if we are the right fit and if I can help you, I'm going to invite you to a longer free chat. So honestly, it doesn't matter what you decide to do today, but book the call. There is really, it's not a waste of anything. You're just going to waste 15 minutes of your life. So up to you to decide what's really important here. But anyway, going back to what I was saying, you have the goal, which is to get your period back. You have already written down the reasons why you really want to get your period back. And possibly the first one is because you want to have a baby by June 2023, because you are osteoporotic and you want to support your bone health, and because your sex drive have been slowly decreasing over the past few years and you want to go back to having stellar sex. And if that's your problem, by the way, just go back to a couple of videos and you can watch my ultimate tips to increase your sex drive. So you have your goal very clear. You know exactly what you want to achieve your goal. Let's pretend that we already had a conversation, you and I, and now you have 3 things that you know that they're going to make a difference. That you know that if you engage in these 3 things daily, you're going to get somewhere. And you're not going to get somewhere 1 year from now. You're going to get somewhere 1 week from now, 2 weeks from now, 1 month from now. Okay. So let's make sure that you write down those 3 actions and let's make sure that you track them. And I know that possibly by now you have heard so much about hypothalamic amenorrhea and you're already tracking your basal body temperature. If that's the case, you're checking your ovulation. And if you're unsure about how to do that, go back 3 videos to watch my video on how to track your cervical mucus, ovulation, and basal body temperature. And now here I am asking you to track something else. The reality is that you have 2 options here. You can wing it or you can pay attention. And once you bring awareness to your actions, that's when the magic can really happen, which is why it's really a good idea to become part of the Period Comeback Protocol. Because if you do join, not only we have the one-on-one sessions, but I'm gonna be committed to help you to get your period back with almost daily messages, definitely weekly messages. And also you have access to weekly group calls where we talk about anything and everything about nutrition, lifestyle, exercise, and mindset. Lots and lots and lots of mindset. And plus you become part of a community of women and you can support each other out. So even if I'm not there, even if the mindset coach isn't there, then you have the support of a group of women that really understand what you're talking about. It's like entering a party where you don't have to introduce yourself because they already understand your language. They really understand where you're coming from, and you can simply be yourself without wearing any mask, which is very powerful in itself, because nowadays we need to wear so many masks, so many. So how nice is it to just being able to let go of a mask for at least a couple of hours a week? It's priceless. So anyway, step number 2 is to get clarity on the goals and get clarity on the actions that you have to take every day to get to that goal. Also, make sure that there is a time frame, because getting your period back, when? Maybe you thought that you wanted to get your period back in 2022, and now it's November and you haven't taken action. I mean, you have tried to do things here and there, but without any clear direction. So if that's you, take action, book a call with me, join the Period Comeback Protocol, become part of the HA community, reach out. Just follow proven steps that can get you where you want to get. As I said before, you can wing it. You can spend the rest of your life with your disorder behaviors around food and training. You can spend the rest of your life dealing with hormonal imbalances. But why? Why is the question, right? Why do you have to power through and do it on your own when you can be very much supported on that regard. Last but not least, step number 3, reflection. At the end of each day, reflect on the actions that you have taken and ask yourself, what I did today, was it resourceful? Was it helpful in terms of getting to where I want to be? And the actions and the thoughts that I had today, did they build me up or did they bring me down? And how can I pivot? How can I change things around so that I can support myself to much better, to get to a better place, to reach optimal health, to reach vibrant health, you know? So don't be afraid of asking yourself the hard questions. And I know that sometimes it's uncomfortable. And I know that sometimes at the end of the day, you just want to drink a cup of tea with your Disneyland mug and just relax and watch some TV, check your Instagram account and so on and so forth. But the reality is that if you spend 2 minutes reflecting on the actions that you have taken and the thoughts that you have been thinking of, you are much more likely to get to where you want to be within the next few months, within the next 2 or 3 months, depending on where you are right now. So don't be afraid of asking yourself the hard questions. Don't be afraid of reaching out. And Christmas is fast approaching. I know that some of you have reached out to me at the beginning of the year saying, well, actually, another example, I had this lady and she joined the Recover from HA support group in January 2022. And we had these conversations and we said, so how are you going? Why did you join the group? Because I haven't had a period for 2 years and I really want to get it back in 2022. She booked a discovery call with me yesterday. And because she's nowhere near to getting her period back. She has been having signs for a long period of time. She's still dealing with some the same kind of mindset, fear of gaining weight, fear of letting go of control, fear of facing some different foods. So do you want to be that person? Or do you want to be someone else that really takes care of herself, that really steps into her power, takes control over the situations, and take action? Because that's what this video is all about. It's an invitation for you to take actions in order to improve your overall well-being and in order to live a better life, ultimately. Alrighty, so thank you so much for listening today. Once again, period comeback protocol doors are open right now for the next couple of weeks. I'm gonna take a break over the Christmas period and I'm gonna just focus on the girls that are already part of the period comeback protocol, simply because I know that Christmas and the festivities are a very, very triggering situations for so many of you. So I really wanna give my 100% to all of them. So if you're watching this video and you've been on the fence for a while, this is your sign. This is your wake-up call. Link is going to be below. Book a call with me. Reach out. Tell me what's going on. No pressure. There is no need to sign up to anything crazy. It's just a call, just a chat with the two of us where we get clarity and we focus on the steps that you can take so that you can get your period back. Bye for now.